Brandon Swanson was 19 years old, a college student in Minnesota, intelligent, dependable, and close to his parents. On the night of May 13, 2008, Brandon attended a small party with friends. He left around midnight to drive home, but Brandon never made it. Sometime after leaving, Brandon accidentally drove his car into a ditch on a gravel road. The car wasn't badly damaged, and Brandon wasn't injured. Instead of calling 911, Brandon did what many young people would do. He called his parents. Brandon told them he was stuck but believed he was near the town of Lynd. He said he could see lights in the distance and decided to walk toward them. His parents stayed on the phone with him as he walked through the darkness. For over 40 minutes, they talked. At one point, Brandon told them he was walking through fields and near fences. His parents urged him to stay put, but Brandon kept moving, convinced help was close. Then, suddenly, Brandon said, "Oh," and the call disconnected. His parents tried calling back immediately. No answer. When daylight came, search efforts began quickly. Brandon's car was found, but it was not near Lynd at all. It was near Taunton, miles from where Brandon believed he was. That meant Brandon had been walking in the wrong direction. Search teams combed the area. Dogs were brought in. Helicopters flew overhead. Nothing was found. Weeks passed, then months. Brandon had vanished. For 2 years, there were no confirmed sightings, no phone activity, and no trace of him. Then, in August 2010, nearly 2 years later, human remains were discovered in the Yellow Medicine River, not far from where Brandon's car had been found. Dental records confirmed the remains were Brandon Swanson. The official conclusion was accidental death. Authorities believe Brandon, disoriented in the dark, fell into the river and drowned. But questions remain. Why was his body not found during the original searches? Why did his phone cut off so suddenly? What caused him to say, "Oh," right before the call ended? Some believe Brandon may have encountered a drop-off, water, or obstruction he couldn't see. Others believe something else happened in those final moments. Brandon Swanson's case is sometimes included in Smiley face killings discussions because of familiar elements. A young man, a night involving alcohol, disorientation, and a body later found in water. There were also reports of graffiti in the broader area, though nothing definitively linked to Brandon himself. Critics argue Brandon's case is best explained by misdirection, darkness, and exhaustion. They point to the phone call as evidence this was a tragic accident unfolding in real time. Supporters of the smiley face theory argue that the long delay before recovery and the circumstances of his disappearance deserve closer scrutiny. What makes Brandon's case especially haunting is that his parents were with him, right up until the moment he vanished. They heard his last word, and they never got an answer to what happened next. In the next video, we move to another case. Another young man, another night that ended without answers. Another story that refuses to fade away.